Okay, so how about we get started actually? And I know we have number of folks here on the call today. The purpose of this meeting was just to give an update to our existing customers and users who have been using Quicklert, gosh, from Cisco days, right? These are some of the school districts in US and in Canada who have adopted, in fact, Quicklert prior to Quicklert on our previous company, which used to be called Accelerate product. And so far, a lot of folks who are joining in who have not seen what Quicklert have transformed into over last, let's say, 6 to 7 years. That's what we just wanted to highlight in these quick 30 minutes to show you what we have done, how we have brought in just not only IP phone paging and broadcast or mass alerting, in Cisco world to in the initial software platform adopters that we have to into this company, which is literally now building hardware devices. These tablets that you see here on my left-hand side, or the speaker that you see behind me with the strobe lights, environmental sensors that can go up in the wall or up in the ceiling, or these new, display device that you see up here in the ceiling with the dual cameras and displays to provide dynamic information throughout the facility, or our outdoor speaker, which are loudspeaker that is IP67 compliant that goes into gymnasium, outdoor site. But there was a purpose why we transformed Quicklert company from just a software company to a hardware and software platform delivering this unbelievable experience that you guys will see today. We will open up in about, it will be a short demo hopefully, and then we will open up the meeting here for question answer or any thoughts, some of our existing customers who actually have been using our hardware devices in the classrooms to hallways also, like John and Laura from Highland, to bring in and just share their experience throughout what they have done. So you guys saw before we started, there was a countdown timer running on all these screens that you see behind me. So this is the same platform. Imagine that a PA system, an intercom system, or your technology signage or whatever is actually able to deliver multiple application on these kind of smart devices. Let's say we are starting the school here. Beside welcoming students and all those things with the music that you can very easily is just point and click and changing a playlist which reflected on all these devices to some suddenly playing bells also throughout the school. Now, if you see, now with the new Quicklert experience, these bells are not only audible, but these are visible bells where you can change and provide the information to the end users what they're saying. For example, bell is going to start in 5 minutes, or you can change these tones that you're playing for the bells based on, let's say if you have a homecoming day, you want to change bell for that day to play some music there for each period, for example, or during Christmas time, play different jingles, and so on and so forth. This is the experience which used to be tedious before Quicklert. You have seen transforming into a very simple, easy to use interface from your browsers. Now, school have started, students have come in. What if at that point of time, principal wants to come on your PA system, traditional PA system, and want to make an announcement, right? Here is what the experience looks like.
Good morning, everybody. Let's make today an awesome day for learning. I'm going to start us off with the joke of the day. What do you get with a pampered cow? Spoiled milk.
So if what you have seen here in new Quicklert experience with these brand new devices which are designed from ground up to work with our platform, not just only for doing traditional PA and announcement that we have done, but into a visual experience. Now, this thinking about it, right? In some of our schools, students are coming and they're doing their, daily prayers or daily messages here after lunchtime or whatever. Principals are using it to do these kind of announcement in the morning. But take this thing to the next level during emergency. Can you guys believe that seeing a familiar face in my classroom for a SRO or principal to come in and kind of assure teachers and students that everything is okay, or notifying that, hey, we'll be doing the drills and all that kind of stuff, right? Now, take this experience, what you have seen of transforming audio paging experience to a video paging experience that goes throughout the school. What happens during the classroom? So this tablet, which was just doing the video audio announcement, if I tap on the screen, let's assume that, let's think about it as a Joey in the classroom who just threw up, right? At this point of time, right now, what I will be doing, either looking for my phone or sending and telling Kathy, can you go to the front office and get the nurse, right? In Quicklert new experience, because these tablets are interactive, you can just tap the screen in here and then tap medical assist icon. Now, what has happened with the medical assist icon? This is a 24 inches touchscreen device here. Front office got notified, but also nurse received that alert. And when the nurse received that alert at this point of time,
do you need any help?
yes, thank you. Joey actually just threw up. Can you send somebody here, or can I send him to you?
Sure.
All right.
Waiting for him.
Thank you. I'll be sending. So what you just saw here, I just requested or send an alert to, initiated an alert. Front office got notified. Nurse was on the walk somewhere, maybe in a different school, was able to come in and assist me as a teacher in the school. So this is your intercom device. Now, this intercom, what you saw when the nurse called in, it automatically answered. And if you saw, I was talking to the nurse hands-free because of the technology, that hardware that we have put it into this thing, where a teacher could be assisting students anywhere in the classroom, can have a hands-free conversation with the nurse or SRO or the front office without have to go and tied to a phone or something like that. That's the experience which we are delivering here as a part of the system. Now, if I needed to call, let's say, Joey's parent at that time, that, hey, you come and pick them up, there is a contact app. So literally, this particular device provides you now, which we'll be announcing it pretty soon, a full-fledged SIP integration so that you can integrate with any your in-house PBX, on-prem PBX system. But more importantly, you will be able to integrate with any PBX that supports in cloud or on-prem any SIP extensions in the environment. So I can literally go to the contact app here and make a call, and it will work as a regular phone within the classroom. So this device is already as a multi-purpose device delivering you all these capability. Now take it to the next level. Right now, if I'm a teacher and if I see somebody walking down the hallway which looks suspicious, what do I do? At that point of time, I can literally go back in, and depending on what configuration, what protocols you have adopted, you can just tap this panic button right here on the screen middle, and it will start the alert immediately. So, so what you just saw here in this scenario. Hey, Jeff.
Sorry, panic alert. Is everything all right?
Yes, yes, thank you. I was just saw somebody here in the hallway. Just wanted to notify you to check in, okay?
All right, sounds good. I'll check it out.
Thank you, thank you. So again, SRO immediately got notification. Let me just clear that alert out. Okay, there you go. And SRO was able to come in and check on the situation, what it is. But not only that, imagine that if I'm SRO or principal who is now looking into for this suspicious thing and want to do a school-wide lockdown. All I have to do, folks, with the integration, I don't know if some of you guys who've been using our mobile apps or not, all I have to do on my mobile app, I would go back and tap this icon for the lockdown, put my PIN code. Of course, you want to secure these kind of lockdown alert, and it is start. And as I started this, I have issued a silent lockdown. Now, again, it's configurable, right? In some cases, depending on the protocol you have adopted, you can put audio and all that kind of stuff. But every classroom, every room or facility kind of gets notified here that they need to go into the lockdown mode. Take this to a next level. I have done this. I'm going to clear this lockdown alert. And at this point of time, everything is fine. So all
remain in place. Only police or administration can end a lockdown once law enforcement.
So what you just notice is that we have actually cleared the lockdown alert at this point of time. Now, while the lockdown alert is cleared, or even before it was cleared, if I needed to, and it repeats a few times here on the system, but at this point of time, if you wanted to, let's say, really see and scout through what particular thing teacher saw in which hallway, folks, today you will have to go to a surveillance separate system, or you have to have run down there to peek into this, what's happening, what's not happening. But in Quicklert world, all you will do is you will come to, and I'm going to share my screen if everybody can um, see my screen, please let me know. So you would go to our remote monitoring here as a part of the Quicklert platform, and literally you can actually see where the alert was generated from. So for example, when I initiated the alert here, I actually see the information here that who have initiated the alert, and I can literally go back in and do this expansion of it here. Now it's not only the alert that I'm seeing here. Imagine from your surveillance system, your camera system, you can tap this particular icon here and literally have a two-way communication back with the classroom if you want to allow them, or if you want to see what's happening in the classroom. So here you can see I'm talking to the teacher or the person, if depending on wherever the person is, and locate all this information. So now as a Quicklert platform, we have a full-fledged VMS as part of our system that is there today. Um, Not only this, you saw the front office experience. In Quicklert World, we actually changed the front office experience to different things. You see this tile here? This is representing a classroom. I see that there is an alert is generated. I can, of course, clear the alert from my front office desk only here, but I can tap on this particular screen and see, okay, alert was generated. Let me go and see what's happening in the classroom right there, or make a call, or do a live announcement or talk back to the teacher within the classroom to provide them help, whatever help they needed here. So this is how simple and easy we have made things when it comes to overall managing your front office, your surveillance system, your intercom system, your phone system, PA, bells. Not only that, as a part of this whole platform, imagine that if your visitor management system, which is now part of the system or the platform here, or your, let's say, Hallpass management application or Hallpass system is all delivered through a single pane of glass. When the Hallpasses are issued to the students, if you need to do emergency recall, students get notification automatically throughout the building, announcement goes on, and then they can go back in, and those hall passes are recalled, and they get notified to go back to their schools, for example. Or in the visitor management system is the same thing happens. So as a part of this evolution of Quicklert platform, just not only from hardware perspective, but moving into, software perspective, moving into hardware to help you really notify, communicate, see, help situations within the classrooms, in the hallway, inside school or outside school. It is just that experience that we have built in is seamless. So we wanted to highlight some of the things which we have been doing to help you to make this your school safer and smarter, and would love you guys to experience this firsthand, just like John and Laura, who have been using our platform and very gracious. They were some of the early adopter of our technology to really embrace it and help us to even evolve and improvise on it. So with that, I know there is so much in the platform to show and all those things, but instead of doing that, why don't we hear something from John and Laura, if you guys want to share any insights, what you guys have with the team here or with the group of people who have joined us today.
I can talk at least first. I don't know where you would like me to start, but when we first found Quicklert, we had an aging bell system and intercom system, and basically none of it was working in a new construction. So we looked at this just for bells and announcements at first, an intercom system, not even thinking about the security stuff. So we put tablets in every room, and we put speakers in the hallways, and we were able to do it for less than what it would have cost us to put just a bell system alone in our high school. We were able to do this across our district. We now have notifications for shelter in place, for tornado drills, for evacuate, for the fire drills. I mean, it plays in the commons, it plays in the hallways, it plays in common spaces, it plays in the gyms, it plays everywhere. I can do it from my phone. This afternoon, we'll be doing a tornado drill at our middle school. I'll set it all off right from my phone. I'll clear it from my phone. I can be walking around even during the drill and make sure everything is going off as it's supposed to. We're also looking at building onto our middle school and things like that. I no longer have to include a new bell system and things like that into the new construction because I can just pull these off the wall, pull the speakers out of the hallways, drop them in with PoE on my Ethernet, and it's all there so that I don't have to worry about putting in a new system for that. It's very transferable. Beyond even just the bells and the announcements, we have a teacher at one of our elementary schools that has special ed students in her room. She has several students in her room running different schedules, different grade levels. So they're going different places all the time. And previous to this year, she'd set alarms on her computer, which would go off in the middle of her teaching her group, and she'd have to stop and tell somebody where to go. Now she uses the Quicklert system. She's got the tablet on the wall, and then we've got like a 50-inch monitor on the wall that the whole room can see. She pre-schedules the entire week, and it just goes like the bells in the hallway at the middle school, but this is specifically for her room. She can put a picture of the student so the student knows that this is the time and you need to go work on your math homework. You need to go to PE, and it just runs automatically. And even if she is gone, she doesn't need to leave her computer or have somebody pre-program that for a substitute. This is just running within her room. And yes, she still gets all of her announcements. She still gets all the bells that the rest of the building has. So that's even beyond that. Like Alok was talking at our high school, just for fun, they play Ironman volleyball during homecoming week. So I changed the last bell before they go to that to the Ironman song. So no bell, that starts playing. They know they go to the gym. During the week before our holiday break, they had different days. We had a Grinch day. We had Melikilikimaka day. Every single bell was a different version of each of those songs. So on the Grinch day, I had like 9 different versions of the Grinch that played for every bell. Melikilikimaka, I found 9 different versions of that, including one done by chickens. And that was the bells for the day. When we do a graduation walk and the seniors walk through the hallways, we were able to play the graduation theme as they started walking throughout the hallways. One day, there was no school here, but we had electricians working at the high school, and I was doing some work at the middle school, and I wanted to reach them. They aren't even a part of our district, but I knew they were in the gym, so I could get on the Quicklert on my phone, actually, and I sent a message to the high school, which is across town, and I said, hey, the electrician's in the gym, yada, yada, yada. I need to speak with you. Please go to the tablet on the hall in the gym. I will call you shortly. And I gave him a minute or two. I hung up with that, went to the tablet on the wall, called the gym, and there they were. I didn't have to drive. I didn't have to try and find somebody who might be in the building to go find them. And it was just really easy. So just for that, communication is good.
John, do you mind maybe just a quick minute? I know we are short. I mean, we will be wrapping up soon, but if you can just spend 1 minute here to talk about what you guys had done PSAP, especially what happened a few weeks back when the kid didn't reach home.
So we have our system hooked in with the dispatch center in town. So if somebody's just calling the office, they don't get alerted to that. But if somebody hits an alert, or I think even a medical alert, it rings at the dispatch center. And outside of their school day, it's really important for that because maybe a custodian has a problem, or we've got dependents. So if somebody has an issue on a field trip or whatever, they can hit that and they contact the dispatch center. But the dispatch center got notified that we had a student missing, and they could see that our principal was in her office. This was like at 6 o'clock at night. And she's just sitting there working. All of a sudden she heard this voice that says, Mrs. Jones. And she starts looking around, Mrs. Jones. And she didn't know who was in her room talking to her. dispatch called her from their center on the Quicklert tablet in her office to inform her that there was a missing student, and they had a phone call about that, and they were able to find the student quickly and things like that. But even not just us talking to dispatch, but dispatch talking to us and making sure that we are safe. And that way too, all of the law enforcement have access to our cameras in the classrooms in case there is a issue that goes on. So before they even get to our parking lot, or while they are in our parking lot, they can clear rooms, they can see the room that has the intruder in it, and they are going in with much more information before they even hit the building than if they had to go in and just go room to room. And I think I've
Fantastic.
spewed quite a bit of stuff for you there.
No, thank you for sharing it, John. I appreciate it. And we have been hearing similar stories from most of our school districts, the unique cases, unique situations, but that how Quicklert platform helping them to manage their day-to-day school operations, right? Hall passes, visitors check-in with who checks with the sex offender databases and criminal check integrated as a part of the platform, or our messaging applications now with the school information management systems like Infinity School, Blackboard, Power Schools. We will be actually announcing all these integrations pretty soon. We will be able to utilize this and replace Raptors and your Reminds of the World and other applications, bringing them into the same platform and same thing. I know we promised that it will be a very short call, 30 minutes. I don't know if anybody else, Kevin, you, Georgina, anybody would like to share anything, would love to hear anything. And let me just leave it open for question answer if you have anything.
Yeah, look, the only thing that I would add, all of those devices, with the exception of the large monitor that you see behind the large 55-inch, all of those devices, PoE++ devices, one cable drop, one switch port, simplified management, all on one pane of glass. We've tried to make things easier, give you a whole new experience, but simplify the management experience for you as well.
Absolutely. So I have a question here from Matthew. Matthew, question was that does these outdoor speakers are able to notify people or teams in the outdoor field? So the answer is yes. Matthew, if you would hear this loudspeaker that you're seeing behind me, beside the audio quality, the loudness of the speaker on a single PoE drop with cameras built in, not only that you can notify people outside and outdoor fields because it has Wi-Fi connectivity. Let's say if you don't have access to provide a PoE connection, to remote there, but as long as it is connected to your network, you can notify users audibly here. And at the bottom of these speakers, there is a strobe light and there is a ring light that you see here that you can configure to provide the severity and alerting to get attention from people who are outdoor there in the field actually. So we have a number of these speakers utilized both indoor in the gymnasium or larger facilities, but also throughout the perimeters of different buildings for a school campus. So absolutely, you can utilize it for that. Sorry, John, go ahead.
And it's got the camera in, so if you're doing gun detection in the hallway, you can also do that out on the playground and things. That's something we're looking at. We don't have speakers outside our buildings. We want to get some of those. And then you've got not only the notification outside that says, hey, we've got severe weather coming in, but it can also watch for some of those things that you're watching for in your halls also.
Absolutely. Again, folks, I know we are on top of the hour here. Thank you again for joining us. If anybody has any thoughts, comment, would like us, we would love to have one-on-one you folks and kind of showcase and let you guys know, how Quicklert can actually help you with some of the initiatives that you guys have in your school districts. But think about it, Quicklert as a platform now, which is literally going to help you to eliminate these different siloed technologies that you're paying every year for the contracts, whether it's your surveillance cameras to access control system to Raptors of the world and other applications and all these things. When you start thinking about how we can help you to not only just eliminate and help you to save money there, but simplifying by bringing all these together under a single management platform, single interface, cohesively to deliver these capabilities, like just what you saw here in the classroom through Connect tab. With that, thank you very much again for joining us. And we'll be sending a survey out to you folks. Please help us to kind of fill that out to see what we can show you in the next call or subsequent calls. Thank you again very much.